Hello, everybody. Welcome. Guest number 8 on 20 Minutes with. We got a extra special guest here today. Tom, the Setup Man. You know him as the Setup Man on YouTube. Primo, man, this was a big one here, man. I feel like we got a real big celebrity on the show today.
Absolutely. We're pretty excited to have him on here. Grateful for you to come on. We can't thank you enough. Welcome to episode number 8.
Yep,
Man, I'm excited to be here. I've been looking forward to this for days. I've been catching up on some of the shows I missed. Love DB broadcasting. Watch some of his races. I'm excited to be here. Been looking forward to this since he contacted me.
All right, man. Well, let me formally introduce you, sir. Tom is one of the first guys that ever reached out to me in support when I started my broadcasting adventure, so to speak. So I will always be grateful to Tom for that. But most importantly, he is a big-time member of this community. You see his logos right there on the screen, setup-man.com. Any setup that you need for NASCAR Heat 5, this guy's got you set up with anything you want there. Primo was just talking to him. Primo just bought a steering wheel. He's been watching Setup Man videos, getting those setup cars dialed in. This is your guy right here. So officially, let me welcome Tom, the Setup Man, to the show. He is the former broadcaster of the Palmetto Racing League. Tom, thank you so much for being here, brother. I appreciate it.
Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be telling people in a few years I knew you before you were famous.
Oh, keeping me humble. I love it, man. Keeping me humble. Thank you, man. I appreciate the compliment. Going to be a fun one today, man. Tom's got some interesting stories, but before we get the clock started for 20 minutes, I want Tom to tell a story real quick before because I want this off the record. Okay, in the life of a NASCAR fan, okay, we watch our favorite drivers, because we like the way they look. We like what they stand for. We like how great a driver they are, how aggressive they are, like for whatever kinds of reasons, okay? Well, Tom, his number one driver of all time is Jeff Gordon. But Tom, tell us why Jeff Gordon, because Tom's story is different, and I love to hear stories like this. Tom, tell us why and how you ended up being a Jeff Gordon fan.
All right. Well, my dad worked for DuPont. Growing up, all we ever heard was DuPont put a roof over our head, food on our tables, provided everything we had growing up. So when they got into NASCAR, they sponsored Jeff Gordon. They kind of like came into NASCAR together. That was the first driver they ever sponsored, the only one they ever sponsored. And he kind of burst on the scene. And as soon as we saw the DuPont logo on that car, the whole family, man, we're fans of this guy.
Absolutely.
So we kind of became fans because of the sponsor instead of the driver bringing, his fans over to the sponsor. So it kind of worked opposite. But yeah, DuPont provided everything we had growing up. So when their name went on that car, we jumped on the Jeff Gordon bandwagon early.
Yeah, man, I would have too. And I mean, you got Jeff Gordon, of like how lucky, timely, like what a big land for DuPont to, as to what he ended up, man. Like, DuPont and Jeff Gordon will always be intertwined, man. You always think of that. When I think of paint these days, it's always, it's DuPont because I watched so much racing my whole life,
Oh, yeah. Thank goodness he didn't suck, or I'd have been, stuck rooting for a guy who was, running 25th or 30th place all the time. Thank goodness he was good.
Yeah, man. I know. How lucky is that, though, man? That's awesome. All right. So today, Tom is number 8 on the show, Primo. Can you believe it?
I cannot. That means we are 2 months in already.
Yeah,
man. You might have to set that timer for 30 minutes, man. I'm long-winded. I got a lot to say here, man. 20 minutes may not cover it. You may have to label this like volume 1, and you may have to bring me back for another one.
The extended version?
That's right.
The extended version.
Yeah, we'll bring you back to finish it. But I want to let everybody know we are sponsored by Coastland Apparel. Use promo code BIRDTV for 15% off. And right now, if you are listening to us audio-wise, you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. Video replays available on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DirtyBird with 2 eyes in the bird, 33. And they're there for 2 weeks, and then they're moved to eventually stay forever on my YouTube.com/BIGE3311. But all our audios are available on all platforms wherever you get them. All right, Primo, you ready to get this thing underway, man?
I'm ready. Got the timer in my hand. I'm going to start that timer right now, and your 20 minutes begins now.
All right, Tom, here we go. What is your most memorable Palmetto Racing League moment?
The most memorable Palmetto Racing League moment. Man, probably a race we had at Phoenix. First chance I had to get a win. I wound up choking it away. It was a great race. I ran fast, was up front all night. But at the end of the race, I had one of my friends above me in that dog leg and didn't see him. Came into them, knocked them out of the race, ruined their chance to win. And then karma bit me because the very next lap, I hit the inside wall going into 3, trying to protect the bottom. But it was a great race. And one of the things that I take away from it is, man, that was a big chance to end a friendship because I didn't know he was there, and it was the end of the race. I would have never came up if I knew he was there. We talked it out. We're still good friends today, but it was that competition, that chance to win, and being able to work through a conflict and remain friends with the guy. That's got to be one of my favorite memories.
Gotcha.
Wow, that's great.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, Tom. As the setup, man, you have several thousand views on YouTube from your instructional videos. What made you want to get into these teaching videos, and how did that all begin?
It all began because I didn't see anybody else doing it that I liked. And I'm not saying anything bad about anybody else, but at that time when I got into it, the only ones that seemed like I found were a lot of things that I described as by elite racers for elite racers, because a setup that a pro league driver will run probably won't work for the other 99% of us. It works for them because they can drive a car that's set up on the edge.
Right.
It won't work for the other 99% of us, and I couldn't find anything that worked for the other 99% of us, and that's kind of why I got into it, because I'm like, well, crap, if I can't find it, other people probably would like to find this stuff too. So I got into it because I wanted to do stuff that 99% of us could use.
That's great.
Nice. Well said. Well said. Tom, what's your favorite outdoor activity?
Oh, I'm a hunter. I'm a bow hunter. Okay. Archery hunting, man.
Yeah.
Come October, I'm going to be 20 feet up in a tree, hoping a big buck walks underneath me.
There you go.
Send me some meat, man. I'll take some on ice, brother.
I'll send you some meat or some jerky. I just gotta find a deaf, dumb, blind trophy buck.
It's out there. It's out there.
All right. Rainbow 24 or Flame 24?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I got to go with DW. You can't beat a car with flames. I remember Darrell Waltrip saying, you can't beat a car that's got flames on. I'm going to go with flames.
He did. Yep, he did. Tom, do you collect anything? You got any hobbies?
I don't know that I collect anything. I don't have die casts. I don't have jerseys. I don't have any of that stuff. So I remember you asking somebody else how many pairs of socks they had, and I was thinking, I bet I got 50 pair of socks, so maybe I collect socks, but I only got 3 pair that don't have holes in them. So
that's an achievement in itself.
Yep.
All right. What is one item that no matter what is always stocked in your refrigerator?
One item always stocked. Probably Bud Light.
That's fair.
Oh, I like it.
I get a lot of stuff done at home, and the working conditions have to be conducive to that. So there's always Bud Light in the fridge.
Right.
Tom, did you ever get to meet Jeff Gordon?
Never met him, no.
No?
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll buy the next NASCAR game, and he'll look me up on YouTube.
There you go.
What is your favorite series, Trucks, Xfinity, or Cup?
I got to go with Cup. I like the big names, the vehicles that are a little slide around a little more, harder to drive. I like Cup.
All right, Tom. So you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Who is your favorite Steeler of all time?
Favorite Steeler of all time? Got to be Jack Lambert. Man, I love the intensity he brought to the game. I love, just the passion he had for the game. I love that. Got to be Jack Lambert.
Got it.
Going off of that, who did the Head and Shoulders commercial better? Your Steelers guy, Palomalo, or Mahomes?
Oh, seriously? You need me to answer that? You don't know that one?
The
I mean, I
flowing
did.
locks.
Troy,
flowing
all the
locks.
way.
Troy has the
You
long
you know
hair.
the answer to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, I agree.
All right, sticking with the Steelers question, Tom. What was the best game you've ever seen live at Heinz Field?
Best game I ever saw live was, if you remember, when they played the Ravens to go to Super Bowl 43. I was sitting there watching that live and in person. I got to see Palomalu. I remember it. Joe Flacco was a rookie. They needed to drive the length of the field to kick a field goal because they were down 2 to win with about 3 minutes left. Palomalu picks it off, cuts across the field, puts us up. I mean, that's that's gonna make the hair on my arm stand up just talking about it.
So
Place went nuts.
Oh,
piggybacking
yeah.
off of that question right there, which Steelers, Sixburg, which Steelers Super Bowl victory is your favorite?
My favorite's got to be the last one Ben led him to with that great catch by Santonio Holmes. One of the greatest Super Bowl games ever played, as far as how competitive the game was and how exciting. That's got to be my favorite. I remember throwing my terrible towel at the TV, watching Larry Fitzgerald run down to put the Cardinals ahead. I was not happy at that moment.
Yeah.
All right, Tom, what's your favorite food to throw on the grill?
Food to throw on the grill, it's got to be steaks. Man, I will throw either a big ribeye or some fillets or something. There's some stuff called Moore's marinade. Man, you got to try it. A little Moore's marinade with some Worcester sauce and some seasoning, marinated for a few minutes. Man, good stuff.
Nice.
That's actually probably what I'm going to have when this is done. Because I got a couple steaks in the fridge to go with my Bud Light.
Sounds like a Thursday night to me.
Yes, sir. What is your favorite track?
Okay, I got to give you two answers to this one. Favorite track to watch a race at has got to be Bristol. Man, it's a small track. You're right there on top of it. You can see all the action. You can, with your naked eye, can tell the difference between fast guys and slow guys. But if I'm taking a trip, I'm going to the Daytona summer race. You can go out there, you can play in the ocean, you can play golf, you can watch races, you can go to Daytona, USA. Just the overall trip, you can't beat that Daytona summer race.
That sounds fun.
All right, Tom, let's have some fun, man. Let me get this question out. I always ask everybody this question. Is there anybody famous or any kind of celebrity that came from your hometown?
There's not a famous person. I might be the most famous person, I don't know. But as far as celebrities, Mothman is from where I grew up. And if you don't know what Mothman is, Mothman is this half man, half moth creature with glowing red eyes, flies as fast as a car will drive.
Right.
There's a movie made about it. It came out. Mothman appeared in the 1960s. We have a big festival. We got a statue. That's the most famous thing. And everybody asks me if I think it's real. And this is what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Mothman was very popular in the 1960s.
Right. Yeah.
Hallucinogenic drugs were also popular in the 60s. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Yeah. All right, let me read this real quick. In West Virginia folklore, the Mothman is a creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area from November 15th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967. The first newspaper report was published, dated November 16th, 1966, titled, "Couples See Man-Sized Bird Creature Something." The national press soon picked up the reports and helped spread the story across the United States. So that figure, whatever myth, is from the town that Tom is from. We had to look it up. Tom sent this to me. So real quick, guys, I'm going to show you what this thing looks like according to the drawing and illustration. Here it is.
That is known for, how do I say this, where teenagers go to do things that they don't want their parents to know about. And I'll just leave it at that. And it was teenagers that first saw him, so we'll just leave it at that.
Makes total sense.
All right, Tom. If you've seen any of these episodes, you know there's one question that I keep track of, and I got to know your answer. Dirty might actually get this one.
Come
Dirty
on,
might.
Tom. I need one.
All right,
Need one.
Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris.
Sorry, DB. Chuck Norris. Hey, let me tell you something. You know the last time Chuck Norris lost a karate fight? 1968. He won a title, held it for 6 years, retired undefeated. Or not undefeated, but retired. He hadn't lost a fight since 1968. I wasn't even born yet. How do you go? He hadn't lost a fight in longer
He's a
than
bad
Bruce
man.
Lee lived. Okay?
But how do we
I mean,
know
you
that
can't go
Bruce
against
Lee?
that.
But how do we know that Bruce Lee never lost a fight? We don't know that, do we?
Well,
For sure, he didn't win them. He didn't lose them on TV. All right. Anyway, another one for Chuck.
Another one for Chuck.
All right, Tom, man, what'd you have for lunch today?
what did I have for lunch today? I had a bowl of soup. I had chicken noodle soup. I was pretty
Okay.
plain today.
Yeah.
When you were young, say 10 years old, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I was 10 years old. I wanted to be quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I wanted to replace Terry Bradshaw.
Cool.
Nice.
That was
That's a good one.
my 10-year-old ambition.
Awesome.
Tom, where's your favorite local spot to eat, man? This is always a chance, I say, to get a free meal from somebody local. If you plug them, they'll
Favorite
never.
local spot to eat. Okay, you're gonna laugh at this name. There is a place out here away from me a little ways called the Fairplane Yacht Club, and it's kind of
All right.
a funny name because there's no water around it, and nobody within 50 miles of Fairplane owns a yacht.
Okay.
But the Fairplane Yacht Club, and they've actually got a distillery where they make legal moonshine right beside it. But it's a cool place to go and hang out and get some good food. But the Fairplane Yacht Club.
Okay.
All right. If someone were to write a biography about you, what would the title be?
Rednecks and bald heads. How about that?
That's good.
All right, Tom. Dale Earnhardt Sr. or Richard Petty?
I'm going old school. I'm going Richard Petty with the 200 wins.
Okay. Love it.
What is your dream vacation?
Okay, now my dream vacation, we got to get some help from NASCAR here. Okay, here's the dream vacation. They need to move the All-Star race back to Charlotte. Okay,
Agreed.
and the dream vacation is you go down, watch the All-Star race a week before the week before Memorial Day, vacation at the beach all week, then come back and watch the 600 the next weekend.
Yes.
That's my dream vacation.
Yes. If you ever
That's
do
cool.
that, man, I'm from that area. I'll stick up some good
Oh,
spots.
that's
All right.
well thought out. Also, I like that.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I had that dream, and then I waited too long, and they moved the All-Star race. Now I'm screwed.
All right, Tom. I got a little trivia question, a little off the hook here. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a wrestling fan. Now, I don't know if you know zero things about wrestling, but I'm going to tie a wrestling question to Pittsburgh, actually. Which former WWE wrestler from Pennsylvania won a gold medal in the 1996 Olympics with a broken freaking neck?
Bing, bing,
Hang on. Winner,
wait.
if you win, you get a free pack of Dirty Bird TV stickers.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, correct. Nice.
I lived in Pittsburgh for 8 years. I lived there from 93 to 01, so I was up there when he was winning the gold medal. So,
Nice.
yeah.
All right, sir.
Oh yeah.
Good
man.
job.
How many people were in your high school graduating class?
Oh, now see, this is easy for me to remember, and this also tells my age. I graduated with 89 people in 1989, so it's easy to remember.
Wow.
Nice. Tom, what's your favorite season of the year?
Favorite season's got to be the fall. In the fall, I can watch football, I can watch NASCAR, and I can go hunting. So the fall is absolutely my favorite time of year.
Yeah, hard to argue that.
What got you into virtual racing?
Probably the fact that when I was a kid, my second dream was to be a NASCAR driver, and since I can't do it in real life, I decided I'd do it in the video world. So, and my mom and dad never let me play video games much as a kid, so here I am doing it as an adult. So, probably the
Nothing wrong
fact
with
that,
that.
and I've been a race fan my whole life, and that's as close as I'm ever going to get.
Yep. What's your favorite car to pick? What drive with on Heat 5? Like who do you pick? Which driver?
And I like the Kurt Busch paint scheme. I'm kind of mediocre on Kurt Busch, but I
Okay.
love that black car with the green. I
The
love
Monster.
that
It's mean
Monster
looking,
Energy
man.
paint
Yeah.
scheme.
Yeah, that's mean looking. I agree.
Pancakes or waffles?
Oh, waffles, man! Pancakes are just mushy. When you get the butter and the syrup, I gotta have that. The waffles got a little bit of crunch to it.
Yeah, a little bit of crunch.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not a pancake man. It's just too mushy.
Tom, who's your favorite NASCAR driver right now and why?
Right now, it's Ryan Blaney because of his ties to my home state of West Virginia. He doesn't, but his uncle Dale Blaney, everybody knows him as a sprint car driver and made some NASCAR starts. He played basketball. He played college basketball for my WVU Mountaineers. Actually got drafted by the Lakers, but I think basically decided to pursue a racing career instead. But because he's got ties to my home state, Ryan Blaney right now.
Nice.
If you had a time machine, would you rather go to the future or the past?
I'd probably go to the past and try to give myself some good advice. Now, I'd probably be too stupid to listen to it and too stubborn, but I'd probably go back and visit myself in younger days and try to give myself some good advice.
Yeah.
All right, Tom. This is one of my favorite questions to ask when we bring on a guest, man. All right, table of four. You're sitting down for dinner. Anybody alive, dead, history, anytime, anywhere. Table of four. Who are the three sitting with you? You can have a waiter for an honorable mention.
Okay. I'm going completely different than all the people you've had here. Okay. And I can't believe nobody's picked at least one of these. I'm going John Kennedy because he was cut down in kind of at a fairly young age, and I feel like he had a lot more to offer the world. I want to hear what he has to say and what he could teach us and what he could tell.
Sure.
I want my dad just because I miss him so much. And in this one, I can't believe nobody else picked. I want Jesus.
Right.
I want Jesus. I want him to tell me all these things about, what was it really like in his day, and explain some of these stories that I don't understand, and tell me what I'm doing right and wrong. I can't believe nobody picked Jesus. Come on.
Yeah.
You're on another level.
Yeah. Who's the waiter? Who's the waiter, Tom? Who's next in line? Somebody you can just kind of talk to briefly.
Dale Jr.'s been the waiter the last two shows.
Dale Jr.'s been the waiter. Yeah.
I'll go Dale Sr.
Okay.
He probably wouldn't take too kindly to being a waiter. It's my table. He's playing by my rules.
Oh, good one.
All right. You are stranded on an island. You get two items. What are they?
Two items. I'm going to say a knife and a lighter because I'm going to try to survive and try to get my way off that island. Yep. I'll go knife and a lighter.
Those are good tools.
Yeah, that's survival thinking right there for sure. Tom, what kind of music do you listen to?
It's kind of a mix because I will listen to either like 80s hard rock like Motley Crue and Poison and Metallica, and I'll listen to country from about any era.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of a mix. It's one of those two.
What would you say is one of your most bizarre life experiences?
Bizarre life experiences. Okay. I used to have a job where I worked at a pharmacy, and I was an accountant, okay? But we went and bought this building, and we're going to open up a new pharmacy in it, but it had tenants in there that we had to go and tell them that when their lease up, they were out. One of them was this shady pet store, okay? And next to this building was a crematorium.
Ugh.
And I remember being in the back room of this pet store with this lady who ran it, and there were these two monkeys that she kept back there because she probably had illegally, and one was on top of the other, and it would pee on top of the other one, and they would throw poop at each other, and the whole place had like this dusty stuff over it. That's no doubt from the crematorium. That's dead bodies, and I'm going. I'm in this dark room watching these two monkeys fight, covered in dust. It's human remains, and I'm like,
Wow.
how did my life get here?
I'd say that's pretty bizarre.
Well, I was just how did I go from being an accountant sitting at a desk to standing here?
Yeah.
That was pretty bizarre.
All right, Tom, I'm going to ask you one last question, and then we're going to go to our white flag last questions. I seen the pets earlier, man. Tell me about the dogs.
I got two Labradoodles, Sunny and Lola. One's yellow, one's black, one's boy, one's girl. They're the same age. They are great dogs. Love having them around. My kids love them. They keep me on my toes, but I'm a big animal lover. I've always had a dog around, but now we got two of them, so when I'm gone, they can keep each other company. My dogs have got it made. I've got a big fenced-in yard. I've got a doggy door that they can come in and out of.
Oh,
I got more dog hair on furniture than you can imagine.
Life
My
is
dogs,
good at the setup
my
man's
dogs
house for a dog,
live a
huh?
pretty easy life.
All right, well, we heard the timer go off, Primo. White flag time. One more question, man.
White flag question for you, Tom. I mean, this is you're the best person to ask this, being the setup man. What advice do you have for up and coming drivers wanting to get into this community?
Go watch my videos.
Yeah.
Go to the setup, man. Watch my video. No, I think that would
Point to
help.
your left, Tom. Point to the logo to your left.
There you go. No, seriously, practice. First, get to where you can race the AI without hitting them. Then once you can do that, start racing with other people. When you race with other people, if there's contact, if there's even a chance it's your fault, just say you're sorry. It goes a long way. There is a huge difference in the outcome stuff. When there's contact, you just say, man, I'm sorry. Even if you're not sure you came up or they came down or it was both. But practice to where you can race the AI clean, then learn to race people clean. And if there's contact, man, just own it and apologize for it. None of us are perfect.
Sure.
You'll win a lot of friends. You'll get invited to a lot more leagues.
Yep.
You'll be you'll get around to be around a lot of fast people that will help you if you just kind of own your mistakes and apologize for them. And you will make mistakes because none of us are perfect.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and then at the end of the day, too, I would say, it's a game. Let's have fun the best possible way we can. And if that's going to the setup, man, getting your setups to be fast, to make you happy to play that game, go do that. Absolutely. All right, Tom. My last question to you: who wins the NASCAR championship this season?
Okay, now I got to say something here. Okay. I got friends who do a podcast and they talk about kind of they're on the real world, and I'm wearing their shirt here. Racing Refresh. So check out their podcast or their websites. They do it Friday at 9. I wrote an article for their website, start of the season, where I made predictions. I predicted Chase Elliott to repeat as the champion. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm not going to flop on it. I know right now Kyle Larson is tearing it up, but I think by the end, Chase Elliott, he's going to be able to get to that championship four and rise to the occasion. I think he wants it as bad now as he did last year. But I got to plug my friends, Racing Refresh.
Yeah,
they do a great job. They're really knowledgeable, really entertaining. Check them out. You guys will absolutely become fans of them. And if they are probably tuning in here, I'm sure they're becoming fans of yours watching this.
I appreciate it.
But I'm going with Chase Elliott.
All right, sounds good. Well, that's going to do it, Tom. I tell you what, man, I feel like we kind of just broke the surface with you, so I'm going to put you back on the schedule, man, coming up here.
I'm telling you, you needed like 30, 40 minutes.
Man, we need to make this one 60 minutes with Tom.
I need 60 minutes with Tom, so I'll tell you what, man, we'll put you back on the list. We'll bring you back soon, talk about some different stuff, sir, but on an honest note, man, I said this before we came on, Tom. You've supported me since day one in my broadcasting adventures. I appreciate it. You didn't even really know me. You reached out basically to somebody you didn't know from Adam. I'll always be forever appreciative. Thank you. You've supported everything I've ever done, and you were quick to come on the pod when me and Primo reached out to you. So thank you, sir. It means a lot to us here, and we want to bring you back soon.
Hey,
Absolutely.
man, I'd be happy to come back anytime. And I got to tell you, man, I mean it when I was telling you before the show. I'm going to tell people I knew you before you were famous. You are absolutely going places for sure. This is a great show, and I got to tell you, of all the people that I see doing broadcasts, you do a great job. Some people follow the chat and interact with the chat. Some people cover the race great. Some people give everybody a little bit of camera time. You blend all that stuff together. I'm a huge fan. You got a bright future in this business, man. So, like I said, I'm going to be telling people I knew you before you were famous. So,
All right,
I'm a huge fan. Keep it up, man.
All the tracks in Illinois. I hope you guys are listening to Tom right now. So, I'm available. Call me anything.
Yeah, right.
But I appreciate it, Tom. That was a great.
Oh, I can't wait till I turn the TV on and do some major sporting event, and I'll be like, I know that voice.
Well, we better get to it, man. Oh boy, here ain't getting no younger. No, but I appreciate it, Tom. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Tom, you had a big crowd watching today, man. Apparently, a few people might like you.
Hey, that's only because they don't know me.
We are forever grateful for being on the show. Sir, one last time, setup-man.com on YouTube, or go check him out there where you see all his logos there. Tom, we appreciate it so much, man. The Setup Man, go check him out. And, man, we'll see you back here. We'll see you back here soon, man. We'll do the next part of this interview. So thanks for being on, Tom. Primo, appreciate it, brother.
Thank
Good
you.
job
Thanks,
by
Tom.
you.
Thanks for coming.
All right, guys.
Glad to be here, man. I had a blast.
Everybody in the chat, thanks for following along and just being interactive with us, man. We really appreciate it, man. This is a blast. So thank you, guys. See you next week.